the Oval Office, a crucible of power. Today, it became a battleground. President Trump and President Zelensky, once partners, now locked in a war of words. The stakes, the future of Ukraine, the soul of America's commitment. Trump, a man who respects strength, demanded a deal. He accused Zelensky of ingratitude, of taking American generosity for granted. The aid, the weapons, the unwavering support, all contingent on Zelensky's acquiescence. Zelensky, a wartime leader, stood firm. He spoke of Russia's aggression, of Ukraine's fight for freedom. He reminded Trump of the shared values that bound them, of the promises made. He pleaded for continued assistance, for America to honor its commitments. The room crackled with tension. The weight of history, of diplomacy, hung heavy in the air. This was not a meeting of minds. It was a clash of wills. The rare earth minerals deal, once hailed as a win-win, lay in shambles. A casualty of the Oval Office showdown, Trump, seething from the confrontation, pulled the plug. They begged to sign. A White House official scoffed, describing the Ukrainian delegation's desperation as they were ushered out, a claim vehemently denied by Kyiv. The truth, shrouded in the fog of war and diplomatic wrangling, remained elusive. This wasn't just about minerals, it was about trust, or the lack thereof. Trump felt slighted, disrespected. Zelensky, backed against the wall, refused to be bullied. The collapse of the deal, a stark symbol of the chasm that had opened between them. The economic fallout was immediate. Ukraine, already reeling from the war, lost a vital lifeline. The US, seeking to secure its supply chains, suffered a setback. But the deeper damage was to the relationship, the erosion of confidence. Trump, in a move that stunned the world, called for an immediate ceasefire in Ukraine. Enough is enough, he declared, accusing Zelensky of prolonging the bloodshed. He painted a picture of peace, of prosperity, if only the fighting would stop. Zelensky, his voice a mix of anger and exasperation, rejected the notion. We will not surrender, he vowed. He spoke of security guarantees, of Russia's broken promises, of the need for justice. A ceasefire without security, he argued, was simply a prelude to the next invasion. The world watched, holding its breath. Could Trump, the deal-maker, broker an end to the conflict? Or would his pressure on Zelensky backfire, emboldening Putin and plunging Ukraine further into chaos? Trump's call for a ceasefire, while unexpected, was not entirely out of character. He had long questioned the US involvement in the conflict, viewing it as a drain on American resources. But his timing, his accusatory tone, sent shockwaves through diplomatic circles. The world reacted with a mixture of confusion and alarm. Leaders scrambled to respond, their words reflecting the deep divisions that the Oval Office clash had exposed. British Prime Minister Starmer, ever the diplomat, offered support to both sides, urging dialogue and a peaceful resolution. Italian Prime Minister Meloni, sensing an opportunity for European leadership, proposed an emergency summit. Hungarian Prime Minister Orban, a staunch Trump ally, applauded the US president for standing up for peace, further isolating Zelensky. The EU, caught in the middle, pledged increased support for Ukraine, but the cracks in European unity were evident. The US itself was deeply divided. Secretary of State Rubio praised Trump's tough stance, while others expressed concern over the damage to America's reputation. The Republican Party largely stood by Trump, while Democrats condemned his actions. The future of US-Ukraine relations remained uncertain. The Oval Office meeting, intended to reaffirm the partnership, had instead exposed the deep fissures within. The collapse of the minerals deal, the ceasefire demands, the accusations and recriminations all pointed to a relationship in crisis. The world watched and waited, holding its breath. The fate of Ukraine, and perhaps the world, hung in the balance.